Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. You're on with Big J, and you know what time it is. Let's talk sports, news, and information. My subject today is Giannis, what you didn't know. Be right back. All right. We got the Greek freak on our thumbnail. You know, there's a lot of talk going around social media. What parents should be doing, what kids should be doing, what kids should be learning. And I appreciate everyone's narrative in that regard. But at times we need to find a face and place a faith to our narrative so that face can show us what it looks like. One thing that I love about other countries, they just don't name their kids. The names that they give their kids are representative of something, but it's never weakness. If you look at Giannis's name, it means strength and power of a king overseas. Now, raised in Greece, born in Nigeria, consider what I just said. His name means a strength or king who brings something, strength and power overseas. Somebody in his family was a straight prophet because they knew what they were doing when they named him. I always wanted to understand why his brother played soccer. One of his brothers played soccer and was very successful. Well, there is a great soccer player who died in 1964 by the name of Giannis Antetokounmpo. I can't pronounce his name right, so please forgive me. But he died. But the father and the family were so dedicated to the strength of that soccer player, they named their son Giannis because he has the same character. So his name represents his personality. So when he comes to the United States and he begins to play NBA basketball, he has no choice but to learn and live by the direction that his mom and his father gave him, the name Giannis. I want to go back and make sure I look it up and tell you correct. Because you might ask, what's in the name? Everything is in the name. Because now he has to live out based on what his parents called him. That's amazing. So his name means the king crown, royalty from across the sea. So he represents royalty from across the sea. He's won 2 MVPs, and now he's destined to win an NBA title from where? From where? Overseas. So he's living what his mom produced and he and his brothers. Watch this that no one paid attention to. His younger brother won a championship with the Lakers in the bubble last year. Now, if the Bucks win this year, there is another brother that's playing with Giannis on the Bucks. Do you understand? So as their mother is sitting here with these brothers, she and the dad knew exactly what they were producing. They knew exactly what they were doing. What's in the name? And everything is in the name. So when you name your child, your expectations, you give them character to succeed, and that name gives them something to go after. I'm not going to talk about all the negative names that some of us name our children. I'm not going to do that. But when you look what they did, man, and to continue the meaning of his name, from a foreign land, notable people bearing it include Greek nationals of Nigerian descendants. All right? So you had a great soccer player who was born in 1964 with the same name. I'm sorry, he didn't die. He was born in 1964, Giannis Antetokounmpo. All right? So what they did, they named their son after greatness. he would come to America and lead his brothers to greatness. One stayed at home in soccer and is a great player. All right, but what they did, their parents named them according to their destiny. And I'm not going to talk about the things that I've been talking about before, coding and all this in sports, but I want to say this. When you sit with your children, I believe the first thing that you should teach them and show them is who they are. See, most kids don't understand who they are or what they represent or where they come from. That's why the streets become their family. Yeah, you can teach them certain things, but they're still going to go backwards to those things which they know. But this group right here, their family named them to be destined stars across the seas. Now, where are they? In America. I'm going to say it again. One of the brothers won a championship in the bubble with the Lakers last year. Now, there's two brothers on the Milwaukee Bucks. They're close to winning a championship. And then you have one who's a major soccer player and a star in soccer. Do you see what the family did? It shouldn't change. It should be the same narrative today. When you sit down with your kids, what are you naming your kids? LaRocca? What does that mean? Does that child know what that name means? Does that young lady know what the name Aquanetta means? Does it have value? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with naming your child whatever you want, but I'm talking about, we keep talking about these things that I'm hearing on social media that we need to do to help our kids further advance in their understanding of the world. Well, one thing that you could do is give your child a name that they can reference. Go look it up, and I guarantee you, when Giannis looked this name up, oh, I'm supposed to go to America. I'm a king. I'm destined for greatness. I have to go. I have to be somebody. I saw that night in his eyes when he kneeled down at the bench in front of the other players on the team, and I saw a king speaking. I saw someone different speaking. So do you understand what I'm saying? When you're birthed in a position and a place to where you have to be successful, there is no way out. He and his brothers represent the same thing. There is no way out. Why? Because the parents, through naming their children, their prophetic future, these kids have no choice but to walk in it. They come from poverty. There's no excuse. Some people say, well, kids don't got $99. That's 100% right, but they have a name. They have a name. They don't have a Mercedes-Benz, but they have a name. They don't have a Steve Harvey suit, but they have a name. And that name will cause them to rise above anything's poverty, anything that comes against them until they achieve what they have been named. Wow. So when I read this, I was like, wow, do we really know and understand what these young men are doing? Do we really know and understand what they're about? Because of the name, the generation has changed and will change. That's why I love the movie Roots, because he said, you can't change my name. You can beat me, you can do whatever you want, you can chop my foot off, but you can't change my name. My name is not Kobe. My name is Kunta, because it represents something. So you got to get to the point to where you understand your children represent something. And when they represent something, you give them value. You won't let anything creep in to hurt them because of the value that's been given them. These individuals grew up in poverty, but they had a name. Do you get it? They had a name. Hey, I want to say thank you to all those who subscribe to our channel, those who are part of Big J and D-Mac Let's Talk. We really appreciate you. We're trying to get our channel to 3,000 subs and 1,000 for D-Mac. Make sure you go by Deacon Mac, D-E-A-C-O-N Mac, M-A-C-K, and subscribe. Do me that favor. All right, we're trying to present content from every level. All right, make sure you go by my son's channel and subscribe. Rob2, R-O-B-T-W-O. All right, he's about it. Rob2 comes from Rob1, his dad. His name is Robert Johnson also. My name is Robert Johnson. Why? Because as a musician, I was able to accomplish a lot in my life that he's seen and he just took the narrative from there. So before you teach your kid coding, before you teach your kid financial literacy, teach your kid what their name means and why you gave them that name. It is those little subtleties that will make a difference in poverty and in everything else. We want to thank you again. If you have not subscribed, now is your time to hit that red button. After you subscribe, go over and hit that bell so you'll be notified when we upload new content. Smash that like button. Also, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. See, your comments are important. Your comments help us move up in the YouTube algorithm. So that really matters. If you come by, you stop by, and you listen, just hit that thumb, smash that like button, and leave a comment. Until next time, you've been on with Big J. And you know what I'm going to say. Be the best, and the best you will become. Have a great day.